Robin.
Got Kevin Smith coming in minutes, I guess.
Yes.
That should be a good time.
Kevin's pumping a Red State.
Yeah.
This looks great, too.
March 5th really at Radio City Music Hall.
Yes. I can't wait. I want to go to that. And Kevin said we're going to have to buy our own tickets.
Yeah, no freebies for this one.
That will exclude me from going to that.
Oh, jeepers. Come on, fess up. We're helping our friend.
I love Kevin.
I know. Puts you in movies.
Yes, he does.
Which is pretty goddamn cool. I wish you'd put me in one.
Ask him.
Could act. Ah!
Why don't you ask him?
Yeah.
Put him on the spot like I did.
Because I don't have the... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have the lack of tact like you do to just ask. Hi, Kevin. Put me in a movie, please. Because, like, he's saying... Well, you're a different case because, like, you've done... acting, you've been in movies, you know what it's like to go through the whole process and everything. For me, he would just be like, oh, yeah, and then he'd have to maybe try to find something for me. And it would just be like, bad. Me in the background somewhere. Just stand there. Ugh.
I'm sure you'd be terrific.
Embarrassing. No, I wouldn't. Be awful. Rachel, you've come back.
You got to ask him now.
You think I should?
Yeah,
you think it would be good if I just ask him, like, serious?
Yeah.
I'll just be like...
I've been taking acting classes. I really want to be in your movie.
Kevin, if I would really like to... I never wanted to ask, but, I thought you'd just see my talent and ask me, but can I be in one of your movies?
Or just start doing a scene, but don't tell him you're doing it.
Ooh. Do one from Clerks.
Yeah.
Some from 20 years ago, and he'd be like, oh, God. Fucking. Or I'll just make up my own, like, Star Wars related dialogue, thinking that it's just as good as what he can write. And then I'd be like, oh, see, he's got it. Fucking let him in. He's a geek. He's talking Star Wars. Clever dialogue going back and forth. Whew. I don't think so.
You think he'll make believe you didn't ask?
Yeah, he'll change the subject really quickly. He'll make like a joke and then just not get back to it.
Right.
That's exactly what would happen.
We also have Piers Morgan coming in. He just entered the facility, so...
Yeah?
Yeah, he'll be here at 8:45.
Now, what... I know he's got his talk show. He took over for Larry King, but you watched his... what was he, on the dance show?
No, you asshole. Nice. America's Got Talent.
Yeah, that one. He was on that one.
I like that dumb show.
Now, what...
And Howie Mandel is the new judge, took over for, what's his name, Hasselhoff.
Oh, really?
And he does a good job.
What happened to the Hoff?
He couldn't get it together.
Really?
But they're not talking.
Oh, Jesus.
He's got his issues, so they moved on with Howie.
So this Piers...
Right.
Which is just an odd name. He what's his background? Like, why is he all of a sudden...
I think he's a tabloid guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like he likes the gossip
and I think he did a talk show in England, too.
Oh, so that's where he...
I believe so, yeah. Maybe someone can help me out with the info. Maybe we should know before he gets in.
Yeah, that's where he made his bones.
Wait, we have the one sheet?
I think we have a one sheet.
Wasn't he like the editor-in-chief of a tabloid, and then he posted or printed pictures of someone that was naked, and the pictures were fake, and he got fired?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I remember something like that.
He got fired, but then he ended up doing TV in England. And, I mean, but what really is the reason that he's accredited as an interviewer and everything is because he is the first celebrity apprentice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So he works for Donald Trump now?
Well, he did. He was his apprentice, I guess.
They don't
for a
actually
little
work
while.
for Donald Trump, though.
Yeah, they don't really have to work.
And then Brett Michaels was the next celebrity apprentice.
Does he work for Donald Trump?
Probably right now, I would assume, yes, he does.
Huh. It was falling off a Segway, breaking 3 ribs. Oh, yeah, okay. Morgan was fired from the Mirror. Oh, that was it. Sorry, we were hoaxed. The headline.
Right.
Yeah.
They fired him.
The pictures allegedly showing Iraqi prisoners being abused by British Army soldiers.
And that never happened.
Within days, the photographs were shown to be crude fakes. Holy shit. Under the headline, sorry, we were hoaxed.
But then he did a bunch of specials on BBC channels and stuff, and then he ended up being a judge on Britain's Got Talent.
Right.
Which led him to America's Got Talent, which led him to becoming the first celebrity apprentice.
And now he's got his own talk show. Would he be considered like a vulture then?
Yeah.
Like one of these fucking like tabloidy vulture guys?
For sure.
Well, that's his background, certainly.
Well, the
Yeah.
Mail has a shit reputation for news.
Yeah.
They tend to print, I think, a lot of questionable
I
information.
fucking hate anytime I see something, because usually I go to Drudge and then I'll click on a link that's like, wow, that headline seems a little fucking amazing. I want to see what that's all about. And I see it's like the Mirror, the UK comes. It's like all the English newspapers are bullshit. They're 20 times worse than the New York Post. They're just all bullshit stories of things that might happen if 8,000 chains of events line up perfectly.
And it was weird because he was like this tabloid guy in England. And
Yeah.
that's what his reputation for, a tabloid guy. But because he came to America and nobody knew who he was, but he was British, everybody just kind of took him seriously. Like,
That's what I thought,
Like
see?
he's a newspaper editor.
I thought it's that fucking accent.
Yeah.
I actually thought he was this legit kind of guy.
No.
And it turns out he's like fucking Maury Povich.
He's a gossip columnist.
He's
And that's
Yeah.
that's how he started, as the editor of the gossip column. He's just always been about getting celebrity dirt. That's what he does.
and that's why he got the Larry King spot, because they were looking to take it a little.
I guess so, but then he's
More,
interviewing like Condoleezza Rice, which he's never been a political journalist. He's a celebrity gossip guy.
So are they trying to mainstream him a little bit?
Yeah, I guess.
Why am I asking you these questions?
Yeah.
Should
I'm
be
the
asking
Piers
him.
Morgan expert.
You really are.
Yes.
The Piers Morgan.
I'm a fan.
Are you?
I like
You're
Piers
a fan
Morgan.
first.
Yeah, fan first.
Fan
yeah.
first.
What are you a fan of?
Piers Morgan.
But you can't be a fan of him.
Why?
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he's been on all kinds of TV shows.
He's a judge.
Yeah, but he's good at being a judge. He's good at being on reality TV. He's good at being himself.
He's like a Simon Cowell of America's Got Talent.
Yeah,
so
but
he's
see-
following that
And he
formula.
kicked ass on Celebrity Apprentice.
But Simon Cowell is like, he produces shows, he's created shows, and then he hosted this. What?
Piers Morgan just kind of.
But yeah, he just seems to. I don't know where he came from. That's why I'm so confused about this guy. When
His
he got the
background's a
Larry
little
King
weird.
gig, I was like, wow, that's weird for CNN to like take their premiere spot, even though Larry was completely losing it at the end, to take that premiere spot and throw this guy in that was just a gossip column guy.
He also has this reputation of being really aggressive with interviews and really getting
Right.
to the dirt. So I think CNN thought they were going to get like an edgy interview show where some guy was going to like intimidate people into giving good answers. And
But you know
stuff.
who's good at doing that? Shatner. That goddamn
Shatner.
Shatner show is really good. I want to see the one with you see the one with William Shatner and Chekhov from fucking Star Trek. And Chekhov's like yelling at Shatner because he like took a lot of his scenes and his fire off of Star Trek.
But is he really yelling or is it fun yelling?
No, he was legitimately angry that William Shatner stole everyone's thunder that they were supposed to get in certain scenes in Star Trek. Like there's some Chekhov scenes, I guess, where Chekhov thought he should stand out, and Shatner jumps into the scene. Bye, Chekhov, what are you doing? And just like fucked it up. And he looks awful. Like Shatner at least stuck with the wig, whatever kind of wig he's wearing. And Shatner finally figured the wig out. Have you noticed? Like Shatner's wig now, it looks like his real hair. It's short. It's not the big bouffant on his head. But Chekhov just said, fuck it. And he's like got white horseshoe bald head. Like, what happened? He was doing a comb over on the original Star Trek.
Poor
the
guy.
original Star Trek, he was doing a comb over. How did we get off of Piers?
I don't know. Why would
Well,
we
there's
get
nothing
off
else
of
to
Piers?
talk about with Piers.
What do you mean?
Well,
He interviewed the
find somebody-
Kardashians.
That was a ratings bust.
What
Yeah,
has he done
I know
so
that
far?
much.
He did Howard.
Well, he did his big first week, which was
Oprah,
Oprah,
Ricky
Condoleezza
Gervais,
Rice, Ricky Gervais, Howard.
Clooney,
Did
Hopkins.
anything Clooney? Did anything come out of any of these interviews that made like, oh my God, as heard on Piers' show?
Well, the Ricky Gervais clips a little bit went viral because he was very unapologetic about the Golden Globes.
Oh, yeah,
but that was also situational.
And that was out there. Like without the Piers interview,
Right.
it still would have gotten out there.
He's trying to. He seems like he's trying to start like a feud with Howard, so people start talking.
Yeah, what is that about?
But Howard's like, nah, there's
Howard's
nothing
no
going
feud.
on here.
There's nothing going on.
'Cause-
What is it though? What was the feud?
Well, Piers is going in and saying, "Well, Howard, everybody says you're so good at interviews. I'm going to be the best interviewer out there." And Howard's like, "I've been doing this for a long time. Whatever. I
Nah, 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 nah,
yeah,
nah.
I don't know what you're trying to do here."
All right. I think Howard probably talks to a few more people than Piers does.
But I'll tell you this: Howard's never been Celebrity Apprentice.
Oh,
well,
shit.
you know something? You got him there.
You should have seen the way Piers and Omarosa interacted with each other.
Oh, he was on when the Omarosa was on?
He and Omarosa did not get along.
Who's Omarosa?
She was on the original Apprentice and then became a celebrity to become on Celebrity Apprentice.
So happy I don't know who she is.
Didn't she get it knocked in the head with a ceiling tile or something?
Yeah, she's not one to mess with, though.
Where is she now?
Probably looking for some reality show to get on or something.
I hate the reality show people that just can't stop.
They just keep going on different reality shows.
Addicted to it. And then we got the beautiful Brooklyn Decker. When's she coming in? 9:30?
9:30.
God damn. She's smoldering. Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Hands off, though. She's married to Andy Roddick.
What?
The tennis player. The tennis stud.
Oh, I thought it was Riddick.
Is it?
From Pitch Black.
Oh.
Which really would have been scary.
Yeah. Then you really would have had to watch out.
Ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what she looks like. You think she's going to be dressed nicely, like scantily?
Yeah, she's probably coming in a bikini.
Oh, really?
I think so.
For a swimsuit?
Yeah, she'll just be like, remember me?
Cock. No, she's supposed to look really smoking.
Here comes Kevin down the hall.
And, oh, yeah. And Roland said that she's doing TV, I guess, today.
So she's gonna look amazing.
extra made up. Looking real nice. Here comes Kevin. I got to say, I think Kevin lost weight. Yeah, he's still
Say that and then ask for a movie role. That's how you do it.
Is
Butter
that
them
how
up.
it's done?
Yes. Always put a compliment out first.
There he
Kevin?
is. Kevin Smith.
How is everybody?
Hi, buddy.
In the
Pretty good, brother.
Yeah, doing good.
Hello. Hey.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man.
You lost a lot of weight. How much weight?
I know. I was saying
65 pounds.
Holy fucking
Jesus.
When you're
I took
walking down the hall, I said Kevin lost weight.
I took, what was it, November 1st. I'm sorry, I can't hear anybody.
Oh shit! Goddamn headphones.
November 1st,
Wow.
yeah, I started just eating the Weight Watchers meals, the ones you buy in a food store.
Yeah.
And then I started walking as well. Me and Malcolm started, like, walking in the hills.
Once you fucking just stop eating a lot and move around a little bit,
It's portion
it really
control.
is ridiculous.
That was it for me. Like, at the end of the day, I just, I like to sit down, and that's how I unwind. I just sit there and eat. But I can't eat a bowl of cereal. I kill a box of cereal.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, there's milk left over. Let me kill another box. So at that point, it's just I eat like an American. And with the Weight Watchers stuff, it just teaches you to portion control. Like, I remember looking at the meal the first time and being like, there's no way. I'm going to have to eat fucking 5 of these in order to be sated. But after I was done with one, I was like, oh, I guess that's all you really need.
This sounds like an endorsement. I'm Kevin Smith, and I lost 60 pounds with Weight
No
Watchers.
doubt, man. Use
take
me,
off
man. I'm the guy, too. I'm the dude who'll hit people. Like, they always use people like Marie Osmond and shit.
Yeah.
Use a motherfucker like me, where people are like, if he could do it, holy shit, I could take off the weight. But yeah,
I've heard him.
It's good.
What are
It's
you
nice.
craving since November?
Nothing, man. Honestly,
Wow,
like,
really?
I think I just I went so nuts for so long eating whatever the fuck I wanted that you hit a place where you're like, I'm okay to put it all down for the time being. There's nothing I miss. There's nothing I'm like, oh, if I can get my hands on that shit.
Do you have any of the desserts, the Weight Watchers desserts?
I did. They do a cookie dough ice cream dessert. It's like 170 calories, and it's like a one shot. It's pretty small, but it's just enough sugar or something like that.
You got to get the raspberry chocolate pops.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, I love them.
Well, you don't know what the fuck.
I don't know.
You're all thin and shit.
We just happen to have one
I
of
ain't
those.
gonna take advice from no thin man. You should get this bullshit.
We happen to have them in the freezer, and I'm like, God damn, this Weight Watcher food isn't bad at all.
Not bad.
So
Me and my
now
old
I buy it
lady-
as my stupid snack.
Yeah, my old lady was one day she saw me cooking them. She's like, "How can you eat that prefab food?" I was like, "They make a macaroni and cheese." She's like, "Really?" And she's been eating that and shit, even though she's thin. I'm
What do
like,
you do,
don't eat
points?
that fat person. What is it?
Points or something?
Yeah, I think it was like when I started. I think I had like a max of 31 points a day or something like that.
And then what are you down to now? Same amount?
I didn't really follow it strictly in terms of like doing it on the website or blah, blah, blah. I just knew here was my ceiling of 31 points. So for me, I was like, if I'm anywhere below that per day, that's good. So basically that's what I would do. I'd just eat like 3 or 4 of those meals. It would be under 31.
Was that for health or vanity or like what made you decide?
I don't know. Honestly, I think by the time I got around to it, I don't know if it was, I mean, long-term health, of course, because when you're younger, you don't think like, oh yeah, any of this stuff's ever going to come back to haunt me. I could smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I'll live forever.
All I have to do is quit when I'm 50.
Yeah. Do the deathbed conversion. Where I'm sorry, Lord. Like when I got to 50, I just start dieting heavily. But I don't know. I just hit this place where I was like, I'm going to cut weight. I just got tired of eating, really. That was it.
Really?
How many more pounds do you want to do?
I'm going to drop 35 more.
So you want to do a solid 100.
Yeah.
And then what happens? That's the big problem with a lot problem with a lot of people. They hit their goal weight, and then what? Then they feel like, all right, I could just go back to...
It used to be problematic for me because I used to do this diet drink, Optifast, where essentially you just drink 6 drinks a day.
Right.
And you cut weight fast.
Sure.
But the problem is the moment you start eating again, the weight comes back on. But I haven't stopped eating. I've just controlled the eating. So
even
when I hit 100...
when you're fucking... You can't just drink shakes. You got to chew.
Yeah, there's something about it where it drives you a little crazy after. But it was good. I believe in Optifast for people who are like really heavy and stuff. It's an easy way to cut weight.
Drop
it
some
tastes kind of good. I mean, look, there's no easy way to cut weight, but... That's kind of a very controlled method where if you're not eating food or solids, you are going to drop some pounds.
Now, yesterday, I don't think you watched the Super Bowl, did you?
I didn't. I just literally asked a cabbie. I was like, who won that football match?
I wasn't sure. I was
a big football thing.
I was all over Twitter, and I read a few of yours. I'm like, I think he's not watching today.
Yeah, no.
You were talking about all sorts of other things.
Talking about like Roseanne or something like that.
Right. The whole world was trying to talk about the Super Bowl, and I'm like, Kevin's doing his own thing today.
It's not for me. I'm a hockey dude, man. I can't talk hockey during the Super Bowl.
You can't get into the whole Super Bowl, the pregame, the halftime show, the dumb commercials. But it's just from a pop culture standpoint.
I'm not like one of those dudes that's like, I'm against it. I'm just like, I'd rather be.
Yeah, I didn't really care about the game. I just felt like being part of it, I guess. I don't know.
The party thing becomes more like that. Like I had a party yesterday, but it's like, hey, you kind of have the game on a few of the TVs and shit. But for the most part, you're just bullshitting with your friends and fucking off and
eating,
drinking and eating.
There's all that.
It's like it does. I think if the Jets were playing or the Giants, I probably would have paid more attention to the game. But apparently, it was a good one. It was close and
turned out to be all right.
Kind of exciting.
They said it was going to be a close game too. So
I saw a picture on TV of A-Rod kissing Cameron Diaz.
No,
only football coverage.
It's even better. She was feeding him popcorn. That doesn't help his image because he's already looked at as a dick.
Is he really?
Oh yeah.
In what way? For what? Why is he dick?
He's just
makes too much money, doesn't perform.
There they are.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
She's feeding him.
It's just looped.
And now it's looped for everybody's enjoyment.
Are people irritated by this?
Anytime A-Rod is on video, they're annoyed.
Why don't they like him? He seems like a decent dude.
He's hateable.
Is he really?
Yeah, man.
What is he? Does he say shit where he's just like,
I don't know why.
No,
Hitler was right. Like that kind of thing, or no?
I remember part of his contract with the Yankees is that he always had to make $1 more than Jeter, so he could always be the highest paid.
Yeah, did he really? Just dumb shit like that.
Unless it's like some rumor I bought into.
People love Jeter and they just don't like A-Rod.
And this is a dude who used to go with Madonna and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he's been around, with a few
Kate
celebrities.
Hudson.
Yep.
And now he's just getting fed by her, by Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Right on, man.
Yeah. He's
that didn't bother me. I saw that. I was like, it reminded me of Us Weekly. I'm like, they're just stars. They're just like us, too.
They had a trailer for Cowboys versus Aliens.
Cowboys, Aliens, yeah.
Do you know anything about this movie? That's the first time I even heard about this damn thing. And now people are talking about it.
Based on a comic book, and Jon Favreau directed it. That's all I know.
Huh.
Looks good, though, right?
The trailer looks ridiculous.
They had a trailer on, I guess, about 4 months ago.
Oh,
maybe.
fuck. I didn't
It's been out for a bit, but
it was the first time yesterday.
How is Jon Favreau as a director?
I've never been directed by him.
No, I mean, like, have you ever seen anything he's done?
Yeah, Iron Man. Okay. So have you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Did you not like Iron Man?
No, actually, I had no clue he directed that.
Yeah, this is. He did Iron Man, Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay, then he's good.
Yeah. I like those Iron Man pictures.
As good.
Yeah, he's done a fine job. And based on the reaction to Cowboys Aliens, apparently he's on a roll. Yeah. He's doing this movie next, which I think is going to make $1 bazillion. Essentially, it's Night at the Museum, but at Disney World.
Oh, right on.
You know what I'm saying? Like closed park, all that shit coming to life. You can go a million different directions.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I never saw Iron Man 2, and I loved Iron Man.
Did Don Cheadle hurt it or no?
No, he probably helped. I think, and I mean, he didn't. It's not like, oh man, we missed the other guy.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah, he was. They made a joke right at the beginning where he comes up and they call for Rhodey and he walks up the aisle, and then Robert Downey Jr. is just like, hey man, where you been? And he turns and you see it's Don Cheadle and not the other dude. And he goes, look, it's me. Let's deal with it. Move on. And that's it. That's all they ever say, and then they move on with it.
That's funny.
But he gets a lot more screen time, man, because he wears the suit. He becomes War Machine. He's also wearing a suit. They fight and whatnot.
Why would Terrence Howard do that? What a dope.
There was somebody put a picture online of a marquee at a movie theater when Iron Man opened. And it said Iron Man 2, Terrence Howard 0. I thought that was kind of cute.
And Mike and Flores saying the $1 more than Jeter is not true.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not true.
whatever. I mean, I acknowledge that it was probably a rumor that I bought into. So.
Mike in Florida, that was just a rumor?
Yeah, but there are a couple definites about it.
Well, you could all agree he's still a dick, though.
Oh no, he's an absolute douchebag.
Okay.
When he got
just an
signed,
overall
he signed
feeling.
He signed to Texas for $252 million, and the reason it was an odd number like that is because the highest sports contract at the time was $126 million. And he put it out there that he wanted to make double what the highest person ever made.
Scott Boras, I think, was his agent, right?
That's kind of rubbing it in everyone's face.
What does he do? What's his specialty?
He was a shortstop, now he's third base.
Blondes.
Yeah, apparently so.
And big, fat purple lips as well.
What's that, sir?
He's got great.
We heard you.
We heard you.
Damn it, Jimmy! Damn you! Happy birthday, my champ.
All right. Hey, that's the picture we're talking about. That's pretty funny.
Whose birthday?
No one. They just say that.
That's like a catchphrase for Jimmy now.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Because every day is Jimmy's birthday because he's a special boy.
Yay.
Every day's coming up Norton and shit.
Your shirt
boy.
says "puck you." You should be careful. People are going to misinterpret that.
There have been a few places. Where was I? KTLA Morning News. They're like, "Can you please stop wearing that?" I was like, "Why?"
Wow.
And they're like, "Because it's too confusing." And I'm like, "It's a P, not a
No,
N."
it's not confusing.
Yeah, it's hockey jersey.
It's a hockey jersey. It's a
Ta-da.
puck.
I was told to turn my shirt inside out once going into Disneyland in California.
What did it say?
It said something. I
hate Jews.
I was just going to say the worst possible
right.
thing ever, but no.
I cleaned it up a little.
I can't do Hitler backwards.
It was one of those shirts where if you look at it, it just looks like a bunch of squiggly lines and spaghetti. But if you look close, it was an orgy going on.
Right.
It was just like a bunch of little people interlocked and having an orgy. I was young.
Yeah.
And
I was making statements on my chest. Hey, everybody, I
man.
believe in sex.
And I don't even know how the person saw what it was. It was that vague. You know, you really had to look close. But they're like, you can't go in the park with that shirt. It's not up to Disney standards. And I was like, oh, shit. So I had to wear an inside-out shirt. And I was broke back then, so I couldn't even buy like a Mickey shirt and fucking... Shit, I had to afford my e-tickets.
Right.
Back in the old days
The
when you
whole time,
actually,
you actually had tickets
had to buy
and
those
whatnot.
tickets. Then you go home with the dumb A's and B tickets because they stunk.
Not us. We always went on if you had wings.
If you had wings?
Because it was like an A ticket, or not A ticket, E ticket, or whatever. What was A was the worst.
A was the
E
worst. A would
best.
get you on the carousel.
Yeah.
And like into the Snow White part of the castle
Same thing.
thing.
And then if you had wings, which was like Eastern Airlines presents.
Oh, I
If
always
you
liked-
had wings.
I always liked Monsanto, Into the Atom.
Or the Carousel of Progress.
Yes,
now
Carousel
is
of-
the time. Now is the best. And there's old
Carousel of
white people
Progress.
sitting around talking about how good shit used to be.
That was great, the Carousel of Progress, especially the part where one of the employees got stuck in the gears that ran the thing and was crushed to death.
Is that did that
yeah,
happen?
yeah. Some girl was
Is
working
this
there.
like the $1 more A-Rod thing, or is this true?
No, this is true.
It happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know a lot about Disney deaths. I'm fascinated by them.
Like the one where the rope snapped
Oh,
and
snapped on the
took
Columbia.
dude off?
Yeah. And some Asian guy and his wife are standing there waiting for the Columbia to come in, that big pirate ship that goes along with
paddle
the
boat.
Tom Sawyer paddle
One
boat.
of the most boring attractions
Oh,
in all
God,
of any
the
Disney.
second you
It's-
get on, you look around and go, oh, there's Tom Sawyer Island, there's this, Pirates of the Caribbean, there's the Haunted Mansion. How much longer is this stupid thing going to pedal around this goddamn lagoon? And then you see, you hear, hey, and you see these bad animatronic Indians because they got to be left out in the weather, so they can't be like the good Pirates of the Caribbean ones.
Right.
Just horrible.
Cheapskate.
And then once you got to the C ticket, then you started getting some good things. And then the E was Space Mountain and
Haunted
Mansion.
When
yeah.
did they get rid of the ticket system?
That's been a long time already.
Yeah.
It's like they went
Isn't
to
it weird
the
the
pay
amount
one
of things
price.
you've seen come and go in your lifetime?
I know,
like
yeah.
tickets at Disneyland.
Tickets, Disney tickets, and they would just They were pretty inexpensive back then, too. Another cheesy ride was that Captain Nemo, the submarine thing.
Yeah, 20,000 leagues.
20,000 leagues under the sea.
See people walking above you.
Yeah, that was like, you'd look out the window and be like,
make this a little deeper.
Plastic fish, but then if you look up, you just see like some woman eating
a baby stroller.
Corn dog.
It's like, great.
It's really taking me out of this whole thing.
Suspend the window of disbelief or whatever. You were like, I don't buy it.
I'm not believing that we're actually.
Just because I see a tentacle, don't mean there's a giant squid here. And they just did the bubbles in front of the window every time they were changing the scene. They're like, we're going deeper, and they just put bubbles, and you can see through the bubbles. And you're like, we're not going deeper. We're literally next to the other thing.
Shit, fantastic! Oh, a lot of fun. I used to go there all the time, just when I was living in California. Go there all the time just to fucking hang out. That was a place where like you would hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Disneyland.
One of my first dates with Jen, I took her to Disneyland.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fun date. You get to do a lot of close to each other
You get to show
shit.
off kind of like, I've got a childish side, but at the same time, you're like, let's fucking minis out. So, you know, you can show you're whimsical and you show you've got an edge as well.
You take her on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride because it would fling them into you a little bit.
Totally. And then it takes them to hell. Like, that ride's amazing. It shows your whole life ends in hell. And then you come back into the park. You die at the end of that ride. You get blown up and you're burning in hell. And then they're like,
door opens up, they smile.
They ended the ticket system in 82.
82?
Holy shit.
Wow, man.
Jesus.
Almost 30 years ago.
I bet if you had a few of those ticket books, you probably get, what, $5?
I bet
you always think
is
it's a collector's item. There's probably
a collector market of some sort. Well, they have those. Well, one of the things that's insanely popular there is they got this pin thing, like collectible pins, these cloisonne pins. I think that's the word. And you can go up to any employee at the park, and if they have pins on them, you can be like, I'll trade you. They have to trade.
They have to trade you?
Yeah, it's forced trading.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, so you got a pin you like commemorating the death of your father.
Yeah.
And some motherfucker comes up to you and is like, I'm going to trade you for a Pluto. You're like, here you go.
Oh, fuck.
You
have to do it.
You know the employees put the shit pins on, though, in the morning.
Yeah, totally.
Like, fuck this,
they keep
man.
the good shit at home.
Dukakis 88. Well, that's a hot pin.
I don't like your flair.
You know, they also have a... it's the only place that serves booze in Disneyland, and it's a private club.
Club 21
and restaurant.
or 22 or whatever.
Yeah, Club 22, I think it is. And it's right near the Pirates of the Caribbean. And it costs like thousands of dollars to become a member.
You can't even do that anymore.
And Rogan texted me once. He's like, I'm going in.
Really?
He got access to that club.
Because you could come
He said
in,
it was boring. There's nothing.
I would assume it's like
it makes it seem like once you get behind these doors, you could fuck any mermaid in Disney World.
That's it,
but once you get inside, it's literally a restaurant. You could have a beer. That's about it.
Yeah, that's it. They only accept corporate applications now? I'm a corporation. What about me?
Sweet.
I can do it if I want, but I don't want to.
They're like, we remember you with the T-shirt. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, wait a minute. You're the T-shirt
We know you
asshole.
like sex, and you like to wear it across your chest.
And I do love the security detail that they got there, the Mickey Mouse security.
Right.
They're like if you try to jump the turnstile for the monorail when they used to have turnstiles, now you can just go on the fucking thing. But we actually tried doing that once, getting in because we didn't have any tickets for them. And Disney security comes up. They're everywhere. They come out of they're like Secret Service.
Yeah, they're like
what are they dressed like?
Like Mickey.
Mickey?
Very awkward. You could run away from them really fast. They're flopping his big dumb feet.
Hey, Kev.
There it is.
This is the actual pictures of the place.
Yeah.
It's a shame. The internet has demystified even
Everything.
this.
That
you could have literally been like, you know what happens in that fucking sick club?
Yeah.
Babies get eaten. But, and they show you
cult.
the place, and it's just a restaurant.
Some crazy cult. You wear black hoods.
Yeah, it's like,
a lot
it's like
of
the
chanting.
Kubrick movie, man.
Yeah. Shit.
There were two more trailers during the Super Bowl.
Oh,
what
Super
else?
8.
Did they show Captain America?
Thank you. Captain America.
How was that?
And Thor. Well, they all looked amazing. Trailers always look good, right?
Very true.
Club
But
33.
you know anything about those two movies?
I mean, I want to see Thor. I had really no interest. Then I was at Comic-Con last year, and I saw a trailer for it, and I think it looks like Kenneth Branagh did a pretty good job. I mean, especially considering it's Thor.
He played Frankenstein, right?
Kenneth Branagh, he directed it.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was in it, right?
Yeah, I
like
thought so.
Robert De Niro played Frankenstein. I think he played the other guy.
De Niro, fucking horrible.
Remember, he was the monster.
Oh, right. Yeah. Fire.
What else did I see? I didn't see the
Super
Captain
8.
America trailer.
Yeah, no.
And I didn't see Super 8. How'd the Super 8
Super 8
trailer
looks
look?
Super
really
8 looks
good.
really cool.
They were
Spielberg
shooting
and
literally
fucking
where
J.J.
we were
Abrams.
shooting
Red State.
Red State. They were down like the road from us. We could see them. They were 100 feet building a train station with an overturned train or something like that.
Yeah, that's how the movie starts.
Yeah,
Really
it's
big
pretty
scare.
badass.
But we were saying, why wouldn't they try to escape when the train was just going down the tracks?
Whatever that thing is inside the Air Force
Yeah.
car, because it was probably
The
asleep.
train had to crash for now the alien to start pounding
It
on,
was
the,
sleeping
on the side.
And how do you
Right.
know it's an alien?
Oh, true.
That's true.
Well, what do you
Spoiler
think it-
alert!
what do you-
No, I know it's an Air Force.
Didn't you
it's
see
an Air
The
Force train
Fugitive?
truck.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's right. Maybe it was locked up really good with high tensile steel.
I guess they'll explain.
How long was the trailer? Was it 30 seconds, a minute?
Probably a minute, right?
Maybe.
They might have went a little longer because they're trailers.
It looked good. A lot of
That dude's
action.
good, man. J.J. Abrams
Fucking
knows how to
Abrams is
quietly
great.
make a movie without spoiling it and dropping it on people. Like when they showed the first teaser for Super 8, they hadn't shot anything except that teaser. So they work far out. They start their marketing before they even
That's
start
kind
rolling.
of smart, right?
Yeah,
One thing that
especially for event
nailed
movies, yeah.
Star Trek, I fucking loved.
That was great.
Star
He
Trek.
did a killer job.
Amazing fucking rebooting Star Trek. First of all, that you got your work cut out for you because there's so many Star Trek geeks that will not accept anything that isn't good.
True.
And a whole new cast like that. The way they matched up the characters were amazing. I thought fucking McCoy, the guy that played McCoy, fucking looked and acted like young McCoy would have. It was
Carl
fantastic.
Urban, was that his name?
Yeah, was that who he
He's
was?
playing Judge Dredd now.
Oh, really?
Ugh, what are they? Another Judge Dredd movie?
Yeah, but this time they keep the helmet on him.
I didn't even know the helmet
they
came
keep
off.
the
I never
helmet
saw
on
it.
him.
In the comics, he always has the helmet on, never takes it off. And then they made the movie with Stallone. The first 5 minutes, he took the helmet off. And everybody who was ever a fan of that book was like,
what the
bullshit!
fuck? Bullshit!
I didn't break the law. I am the law. That was the whole movie.
Yeah.
I didn't break the law. I am the law.
Oh, the Star Trek thing. Someone pointed this out, and I didn't even notice. But once they pointed it out, now, and I've watched the movie probably 8 fucking times. I love it, but I can't now not notice this. J.J. Abrams loves lens flare.
Yeah, he
Oh
does.
my goodness.
He likes to cross over the
Every
light.
single thing had that nice neon blue and the red, orange, circular lens flare. Every time the camera moved, lens flare sweeping everywhere.
What is lens flare?
Lens
That-
flare
that-
is when a light catches the camera lens. And like, for example, if you ever watched the X-Files, they would do it a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They always had flashlights and they would go right across the lens. You're
And
not
it would almost
supposed to
go
do
in the
that. You're
opposite
supposed to-
direction of the light.
Yeah.
The flare would go a lot in space. Yeah, that's lens flare. That's a lot of lens flare. Is that a goof?
Yes.
It's gotta be. Of course
See,
it
other
is.
He
people
put two in
pointed
his
that.
eyes, two over there. That is pretty funny.
Other people found out and kind of.
And that's the
ran
thing,
with it.
like now a lot of people add them in post. Like it used
Oh,
to
yeah,
be an
you can just-
accident and it would be something you'd go out of your way to avoid. And now people add it in post. Like, let's add some lens flare.
You know what I always loved watching old Columbo episodes? Whenever they had headlights going down the road, there'd be that second set of headlights that slowly merged across the first. It's like they
For the
can't.
reflection.
We don't know how to do this. It's just a reflection in the fucking lens. We can't figure it out. Can't take it out in post because it's 1973.
That motherfucker who played Kirk was a genius. That dude was
Really
Chris
fucking,
Pine.
really good. He had the whole Kirk fucking swagger.
He did the impossible. He invoked Kirk without invoking Shatner.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
He got the and the last scene when he crosses his legs like Kirk did, where, like a girl, and just goes bounce. It was a perfect Kirk.
Yeah, but you're
Pretty
not
amazing.
telling Kevin what took you out of the movie.
Oh no, yeah,
You gotta tell
okay.
him. I don't know if he's ever heard this one before.
Well, that was Spock, and Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Spock. In the future, that far in the future, you would think they would come up with something better than bad dentures that aren't staying in your mouth.
Right.
Because he was, I have been and always will be your friend.
Yeah.
His
Give me
lunch
1
is-
second.
The ship was coming through at a time. He's trying to talk over dentures,
Right.
And I was just like, oh God, they would do something about
Polly
that, wouldn't
didn't.
they?
It will be and will always be your friend.
Your adhesive. Yeah, go to Rigel 7 and find something sticky. You suck.
Are they going to make more movies?
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Obviously,
I think
right?
right after Super 8, they're heading into the next Star Trek.
That's a complete franchise, man.
I wasn't a Trekkie at all, but I fucking loved that movie.
It's
fucking
so
loved it.
They did the impossible, man. They
cool.
rebooted it where you were like, oh, they honored the original and they're taking us in a new direction, and I have no regrets
And
whatsoever.
they're rebooting Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, they're shooting it right now.
Why though?
Yeah.
It seemed to be
Because
successful.
because who has it? Sony. Sony had the rights to it,
Right.
And if Sony didn't make a new Spider-Man movie within a certain period of time, the rights revert back to Marvel Studios, and so Spider-Man would now go to Disney, which owns Marvel.
Right.
So rather than let that happen, Sony's like, we're going to exercise our option to make another Spider-Man film, and rather than keep going with the Raimi ones, because they caught a lot of crap for the third one, I guess.
the third one.
They decided to just reboot, relaunch, which was kind of controversial when they announced it. But now everyone's like, yeah, I guess.
It didn't seem like enough years went by.
No, I mean not at all.
I would love a
Just a couple
reboot
of
of a
years.
movie that just came out.
Next year we're rebooting Red State. Recast and rebooting.
Just
the whole
recast
movie.
it, reshoot it with new people and shit. We're rebooting. Movie just came out. What the fuck?
You excited about the Red State thing at Radio City or what?
I am. Coming
Of course you
up,
are.
we
March
kick
5th.
off our tour March 5th. And we go
Coopersdale.com.
to Coopersdale.com for tickets. We start March 5th, and we end in Los Angeles on April 9th. And the rest of the time, we're just between all bunch of dates across the country, Boston, Chicago.
You going to fly, take a bus?
I was going to bus, man,
should
and then we
bus.
were looking at the schedule, and some of the dates were iffy as to whether or not I'd be pulling in right at the moment we start screening. So I think there's going to be some flying as well. I don't think we're going to go. I think we're going to go.
You're digging the
coach.
bus.
I love my bus, but at the same time, there ain't no plane on the world they can't let me on now at this point.
That's
I dropped
true.
65 pounds, so
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can't be
maybe
fucked
I'll
with.
take some flights as well to keep it moving along smoothly.
Well,
But
you-
yeah, I'm excited, man. March 5th. We do Radio City Music Hall. That's the first date, and it's a barn, and we will never fucking fill it in a million years because it's like.
But people
6,000
need to know
seats.
you're going to be doing something before the film. You got other guys from the film.
Jump up.
It's
Well,
a
on
whole
that
thing.
screening, yeah, that one's going to be our premiere essentially.
Yeah.
So the whole cast and crew will be there. But at all the screenings afterwards, I'm going to get up and do a Q&A, and sit there and talk. So if the movie's 90 minutes, then we'll probably do 90 minutes of
Right.
Q&A afterwards. So it's like 2 shows for the
That's
price
cool,
of one.
man.
I got
Yeah.
to kiss your ass for a second. I gave my brother tickets to see you out on Long Island.
Did he go out to the Westbury Music Fair?
He fucking loved you.
Oh,
man.
that was a good show. It was a good
He's
show.
now a huge fan.
Oh, tell him I said
he
thank you.
loved the fucking show.
It was
Big time.
good. Yeah, it was a really good night, man. That's my favorite part of this gig is getting up and doing Q&A.
You can
I love
spin a
talking.
yarn.
I
You
like-
really
yeah,
can.
I like
You-
telling stories.
Kevin can talk. He could tell a
And
great story.
obviously, they're going to ask whatever they want.
Totally.
You don't have any.
I mean,
you don't have any
my
questions
feeling.
set up.
Oh God, no. And here's my feeling for the last few years. People have been. It all started. I used to show the movie and then do Q&A afterwards. And then I was like, people coming to see the movie had already seen it, like on video and stuff. So I was like, why are we wasting time watching these movies again? Let's get rid of the movie and just go right to Q&A. And now I've kind of come full circle where we're going to start by showing the movie and then doing a Q&A afterwards. And it's like, yeah, it could be about Red State, but it could be about anything as well.
Right.
Yeah, I saw.
It's fun though.
Full
It's
Metal Jacket.
it's a fucked up movie. I want you guys to see it. It's
I can't wait.
strange. You guys would be Radio City.
You got a
Music
copy
Hall.
on you?
No.
yeah, right.
You guys got to see it at the theater.
Sure.
I got a kid now, man. I need a copy.
That's
I'm
true.
seeing all my movies at home now. It's
Is that
awesome.
you don't go out at all?
It's tough. It's fucking tough.
Screw that.
I've
You're
been
only in the biggest city in the world with every movie theater available.
well,
Yeah.
I can understand how.
well, we
tough it
kind
is.
of blew it. My kid's now 9 months. Up until about a month ago, I could have went to any movie theater because he sleeps solid for
I
2-3
took my
hours.
Kid to Fight Club when she was.
Yeah, I'm out of that stage now, but we could have strapped them on and seen every movie, and we just didn't do it, unfortunately. But Roland's getting me every movie.
Sweet.
Exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, it was a cool flick.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was a cool flick, man.
Yeah, we were supposed to have the guy in on Friday. He
Banksy?
No, of course not.
Right.
course.
How
What-
would you know?
what's your-
You might have Banksy and you wouldn't even know.
I know. What's your take on that movie?
It's cool. I think it's cool. I mean,
But
I
you
think
think-
that's art. I think it's just like the
You think
idea.
you think it was what it was, or was there more going on? Like Banksy set up this whole fucking thing.
I think it's.
Did you
I think
think
the moment you start pulling apart, it's just like, oh, the magic starts going away. You just
Right.
kind of take it for what it is. Like, did you see Catfish yet?
No, what's that about?
Catfish is this documentary. It's pretty interesting. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and it's these. It starts off. These two filmmakers live with this one guy. And the one dude, brother of one of the filmmakers, he's a photographer here in New York, and he took this picture that went on some like giveaway magazine or paper, something like that, of two dancers in an Alvin Ailey like pose outside.
Right.
Then he gets a letter and a package, and basically there's this girl somewhere in the middle of the country, I think is Michigan, who took his photograph and turned it into a painting. So the dude was like, wow, this is pretty badass, and whatnot. Starts a relationship with the chick's mom, and she explains that this little girl is like insanely gifted at art. She's really celebrated in her community, one of these outsider art people and stuff. He sparks up a relationship with the kid. He keeps sending her pictures he takes in New York. She paints them, sends them back, knows her mother, knows like she's got a sister. I guess the mother has a sister he starts a relationship with online and stuff. Jesus. He knows all these people that he meets via this girl through Facebook and all these different social media outlets. And then at a certain point, she starts sending him songs. She's like, hey, man, I'll record a song for you guys. What do you want to hear? And they would say a title, and like 5 minutes later, she'd send an MP3, and they're like, oh, my God, it sounds amazing. And then they were like, wait, it sounds like there's a club in the background. And then they started Googling like the song, and they found it on YouTube being sung by somebody else entirely. And they're like, this is weird. Then they start piecing, and they start looking into the story and unraveling it slowly. And I don't want to spoil the movie at all because that's what it's kind of all about. But
dude, now I want to see this.
Yeah,
so
no
bad.
shit.
They go on a road trip.
Audio trailer.
They go on a road. If I can only sell my movies, they go on a road trip to go find this chick and her family, because the mom's going like, we're just buying this gallery space. It used to be an old Sears here in town, and now we're renting it out. And we had our opening last night. And they, jump on Google and they find the address of this building. It's still for sale. It's been vacant for months. So they're like, something's wrong here. They all get in the car and they head out to Michigan. And what they find out there is pretty astounding. And the movie it's one of these movies where it really, afterwards, you start having discussions with people about, was that right? Was that not right? Who's right? Who's wrong? But I don't want to give it away, but it's when they start digging, everything starts coming loose. Like all of a sudden you realize that like all these people that he's known and met through this little girl are probably just one person.
Oh shit.
It's fucking mind-bending.
I gotta see it.
It's a good watch. It's a pretty good watch.
It's called Catfish?
Catfish.
There are some movies that you watch that are good movies, but you just don't think about them or talk about them or anything
right
after you're done seeing it. It's just you saw it,
that
you're
was
done.
good.
Yeah, that was good. Good movie.
Yeah.
And then other movies that might not even be that good, but there's something about them where you're on the internet fucking checking shit. You want to read about what that was, other people's opinions on what they thought this thing was.
Like Lolita.
Do you think that was wrong at all? I say no.
I just saw Adam Sandler's new movie. That's exactly what I was doing, man.
Which one?
Just go with it.
You went to? Did you see it on
And I
tape?
had to go on the internet and get more info on this movie.
Did you go out to see it?
That means yes.
No, Roland said, I went to a screening at Sony.
So you did go out of your house to watch a movie.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Good point. Very good point. You're right. But it was for the show.
If you make a trip for
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
No,
how was the movie?
No, the wife stayed home with the kid, and you know what? It's a rom-com. It's not going to hurt anybody. As far as that goes, they did a good job. People. And we have Brooklyn Decker coming in, actually, from the movie. She's the hot blonde. You've seen the commercial. She comes out of the water in the bikini.
Yeah.
With the big jugs. She's coming in to say hi to us.
Jesus,
today.
big jugs.
That's why I went and saw the movie, so we could get some of these people in.
Right on. Well, look at you.
That's what I'm telling people.
Networking
anyway.
and
quid
shit.
pro quo.
And I changed my opinion on Jennifer Aniston. She's so fucking hot.
What do you mean? You were an anti-Aniston?
I thought her pussy smelled.
He's come up
I
with
hear
a
that from
conclusion.
so many people. It's crazy.
I really think we started because it has a little bit of a buzz now, and I like to think me and Ann and Jimmy started this one. That's why she doesn't have a guy. We think her pussy smells really
like
bad.
she can't keep a man, but she's hot. Right. She seems cool.
She has that.
So we thought it had to be something hygienic.
I would imagine that pretty girls are high maintenance to begin with.
Yeah.
You add superstardom and you're one of the friends and all that stuff.
Makes it tough.
I think that's probably.
I would imagine that's tough to. You're kind of sharing a relationship with the career as well.
Do you think the guy would be like, oh, I can't fucking deal with being with a girl that has this type of fame and notoriety.
Probably. It has a lot
More
to do.
so
There
than
have to be a lot of insecurity.
Yeah.
Well, they just talked about recently that almost every Best Actress winning Oscar of the last, 60 years, 50 years, whatever it is, or I think it's 63% of them of their marriages end in divorce within a year after they win the award and stuff.
Wow, who else was it? Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock recently, Kate Winslet. Before that, she was married to the director guy, and then they split up.
Tatum O'Neal.
As a child. But apparently, I guess when they win that award, a lot of the boyfriends or husbands can't handle the success. And
looking at that, just looking at it on the mantle.
That phallic thing
every
sitting there, that golden
night.
cock. It's just like, this is way better than you, buddy.
That big, fat golden cock. That is so much bigger than yours.
This is all I need in life. I'd like to thank the Academy for this fat golden cock.
You're just part of a long list of people she thanked.
I would be the opposite, man. I'd be one of those dudes that's just like, did you see my lady win an Oscar? I'd be eating out off that for 20 years, man. I was like, hey, my old lady won an Oscar. Here's a nice table.
Whenever you go out, bam, on a table.
You know what this is? This is an Oscar. I didn't win it. She did.
Hostess at the restaurant, right at our little fucking podium. Bam, table. Wife is great.
What kind of table does this get us? That is an Oscar.
Yeah, but if you're the husband, it's still annoying, though. It's like, yeah, it's great, but does that mean you're finally going to take it in the ass? Nobody cares about your fucking dumb statue. Blow me without scraping my dick with your teeth. I'll give you a statue.
We should break, because I think Piers is going to come in here soon. We should get a break in before he shows up. He's the new Larry King. He's doing this.
I was supposed to be on a show. That's why I came out east to be on his show.
Oh, shit,
but
what happened?
I was supposed to be on today at 5, and I just saw that it's somebody else. They said next week, because he does it out of Los Angeles.
I know what it is. Because
they're doing a lot of Egypt.
Because Anderson Cooper got punched in the face. They want him on his show today because he's coming back from Egypt.
Yeah.
Everybody that got punched.
So you're doing Piers Morgan show?
Yeah, that's why I was
cool.
coming east to do the Piers Morgan show, but then at the last minute, they're like, with this Egypt
I think
thing,
they got
can you
Anderson
do it
on
next
today.
week or something? So
I actually canceled that because I felt they disrespected you. I'm like, fuck you, I ain't doing it.
I love you, man.
Bad boy, Kev.
Good looking
Bad boy, playing a goalie.
He is, man. That's going to be awesome.
All right, we got Kevin Smith. More with Kevin Smith. Of course, Red State, March 5th at Radio City Music Hall. Go to coopersdell.com for tickets. And we really have to buy a ticket, huh?
Fuck yeah. I'm making my mother buy a ticket. Yeah. I got no company behind me. This is all me. You should see. Even coming out here, I was like, we got to stay at a Sheridan or something.
Yeah, because it's all no more Four Seasons.
It's not even about the money. It's like, how do I even buy a ticket? Can I give you
line, you fucking fool.
Can I give you money and you just hand me a ticket?
Just wants to pay you money right now.
I'll get you some tickets, dude.
Make it easy for me. All right, more with Kevin Smith, Piers Morgan, and then, of course, Brooklyn Decker. Very busy show.